Assalamu alaikum ورحمة وبركاته. Alhamdulillah, we Insha'Allah will continue our study of Surah Ali Imran. And let's begin. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي ربنا زدنا علما. Okay, I apologize for the delay in making videos. You know, when you try to do something good, just like when you pray, what happens is you remember to do this, you do that, some problem comes up, something like this. SubhanAllah, it now is the same with me when I make videos. So when I make a video, there's something there, something here, my computer acts up, SubhanAllah. So Inshallah, let's continue. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. So we were talking about these three topics, right? So the first one is like explained here, the second one was explained here, and now the third one we didn't talk about. إن الذين كفروا إن الذين كفروا إن الذين كفروا. See? So it's like a further explanation of who are those disbelievers. So just to tell you, just in case you're not aware, just because it says disbelievers doesn't mean disbelievers now. So this one is specifically talking about, for the tafseer, it was talking about the people during the time of Prophet Muhammad, and you will see why. Okay, because this is something about the war, about them fighting during the war, and about fighting Muslims at that time. So إن الذين كفروا لن تغني عنهم أموالهم ولا أولادهم من الله شيئا. In case you don't know what it means, in here, indeed those who disbelieve, never will their wealth, so their wealth nor their children, help them, right? Avail them against Allah at all. And those, they are the fuel of the fire, right? So what's interesting about this is the next 4 ayat will talk about disbelievers, but it's like past and future, and not future, but this is talking about during that time, right? So this is during that time. In الذين كفروا لن تغني عنهم. So it will see, it's future. It will never avail them, right? This, their children and their wealth. And then now it's going to talk about the past. كدأب آل فرعون. So Fir'aun is so much way back, right? والذين من قبلهم. And even before that, كذبوا بآياتنا. So here's the meaning in case you don't know. So they belied our signs, and Allah sees them because of their sins. And Allah is shadidul iqab, severe in penalty, right? So past, and then here, قل للذين كفروا sa is future. So again, future. ستغلبون وتحشرون إلى جهنم وبئس المهاد. And then here's past again. قد كان is past. لكم آية في فئتين التقتا. When the two groups, oh sorry, I didn't show you. This is the meaning of this one. قل للذين, say to those who disbelieve, you will be overcome and gathered together to hell, and wretched is the resting place. So the next one, past again. قد كان لكم آية في فئتين التقتا. So in fact, there's been a sign when the two groups met, right? One of them, فئة تقاتل, was fighting the في سبيل الله. وأخرى, the other one, was كافرة يرونهم, say they saw them like them. So one group saw the other one as two, basically, right? And this is talking about the disbelievers when they were fighting the battle of Badr, right? One of the ways Allah instilled fear in their hearts when they looked at the Muslims, which was actually less than them. They looked like they were a lot, right? So يرونهم مثليهم رأي العين والله يؤيد بنصره من يشاء. So in case you're not aware of the story of Badr, it will really help. This really helps if you know the history. what happened in Sirah. So this is when Allah, of course, helped them. Well, not just with that, but also with angels, right? إن في ذلك لعبرة لأولي الأبصار. So Allah supports with His victory whom He wills, and indeed, and that is a lesson for those of vision. So the people of Quraysh at that time, they felt so powerful. They were not, of course, not against Allah. They felt so powerful because they had wealth and they had children, right? They had, they had. That's actually what they used for their war, right? They had a lot of weapons. They had a lot of people when they went to war, right? So that's one of the things that distracted them from, really accepting worshiping Allah, that they thought that nothing can overcome them, right? So if these are the two things that, for Quraysh was like something that really distracts the heart of people. Actually, this is not just for them. That's what I'm trying to say. This is not just for them. Even other people, their wealth and their children distracts them from worshiping Allah, right? From accepting Allah, because they think they don't need anything, right? And now here, if we think about that, that's how we can connect it to the next ayah. Because now Allah will say, beautified for people is the love of that which they desire. See? And interestingly, this one is talking about what are the desires, the being desired of men, not women. And a lot of times you will notice that in the Quran, it's talking about men. It's not because Allah doesn't know women, but if you are a woman, if I ask you, what are the top like 3 things that you want in your life, we will probably have a lot of different answers. But for men, if you ask men, this is the answer. It's like super straightforward. So that's why that's what I also heard from lectures. And if you think about it this way, if you're a husband too, can definitely relate, or if you're a man, you can definitely relate to what's talking about here. But women will be like, not really, because women are like that. If we ask something like, I like it, but I don't know, I'm not sure, it depends, like, so it's not straightforward. So anyway, so زين للناس حب الشهوات من النساء. So nisa, first of all, women. So this will list all the things that men want, right? Okay, it's saying mankind, but mostly men can relate to this. So if you think about it, so how do we remember the order? Men want women, and let's say they get married. So nisa, women. And then when they get married, they want children, right? Now they want children. Banin, right? Actually it's sons, but we say children, but because also during that time they preferred sons over women, over girls, right? Anyway, والقناطير المقنطرة. So not just treasure, but like a lot of like an endless source of money, right? Like treasure. And if you are a man and if you're married, this is something that you think about a lot, probably, right? You have children and you have a wife, and then how will I get income, and how will I get income for next year, for the next 10 years, for until I retire? Subhanallah, it's like that, right? So not enough that you have something here. It's not wrong, but I will explain later. It's not wrong. So من الذهب والفضة, so gold and silver. وخيل المسومة, so خيل المسومة, branded horses. What could this be now? Cars, right? Transportation. An'am, cattle. You know the term cash cow? Yeah, so where, like a business, right? Harth would be like the investment. So the man who married wants some wants income to provide for his family, and then of course he wants a ride because now he definitely needs to go around, and he wants a business that will maintain everything, and not just that, also investment. Subhanallah, right? ذَلِكَ مَتَاعُ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا. But now Allah is saying that is just enjoyment of worldly life. وَاللَّهُ عِنْدَهُ حُسْنُ الْمَآبِ. So with Allah, but Allah has with him the best return, right? So now Allah says for the believers, قُلْ أُنَبِّئُكُمْ بِخَيْرٍ مِّن ذَلِكُمْ. So shall I inform you of something better than that, but than all that? So لِلَّذِينَ اتَّقَوْا عِنْدَ رَبِّهِمْ جَنَّاتٌ تَجْرِي مِن تَحْتِهَا الْأَنْهَارُ. So for those who fear Allah will be gardens, the presence of their Lord, beneath which rivers flow. Wherein, since this one is interesting, خَالِدِينَ فِيهَا. خَالِدِينَ فِيهَا, you will see a lot in the Qur'an, in case you're not aware. So they will live in there eternally. If you think about this, they want this eternal source of wealth from this, right? They want children who will go on after their death. They want to go on, right? And then here Allah is saying, here you will go on. خالدين فيها. This is for sure when you go there. وأزواج مطهرة ورضوان من الله, right? So this is the most important part for people who have taqwa. والله بصير بالعباد. Okay, so this is like the contrast. What I'm saying earlier, that this is not wrong. If this was not زُيِّنَ لِلنَّاسِ حُبُّ الشَّهَوَاتِ, if this was not beautified for mankind, there would be no family, no children. No one would want to work and earn money. No one would want to be a doctor and earn money or sell stuff, right? So this is something that we need, but it's just not supposed to be the center of our lives, right? SubhanAllah. And then, so here, I talked about this before in my other videos, but in case you're not aware, usually the last word of the ayah is a clue for the next ayah, you know, bil-ibad. So, wallahu basirun bil-ibad. So he's seeing of his servants. Who are they? This is their description, right? So, الذين يقولون, so real ibad, real servants of Allah would say, يقولون ربنا إننا, indeed we, ربنا, our Rabb, indeed we, آمنا, we believe, فاغفر لنا, and forgive for us our sins, ذنوبنا, وقنا, and save us, عذاب النار, from the punishment of fire. Right, so this check, so this is what they will say. And what else? The description of the people, this people. So this one, again, a long list of stuff for the real servants of Allah. Those who are sabirin, patient, sadiqin, truthful ones, qanitin. This one, obedient, doesn't do justice in the word qanitin. Qanitin is more than that. It's really humbly obedient, submissive, and not doing it because he needs to, he wants to, you know. There's more to that. Anyway, وَالْمُنْفِقِينَ, so they spend. And this one, مُسْتَغْفِرِينَ بِالْأَسْحَارِ, so they already asked for forgiveness here, and they're still asking for forgiveness here, subhanAllah. And this is interesting. They're already saying, Amanna, we believe, and they're asking to be saved from the fire, and they still keep asking a lot of forgiveness. No, they don't expect to go to Jannah. So this is something that we should think about, because a lot of Muslims think that Prophet Muhammad ﷺ will do intercession for them on the day of judgment. You should not expect that. I mean, you should not count on that. You should work for your akhirah, right? Don't just go be like, okay, I'm a Muslim, la ilaha illallah, and that's it, right? So that's just something interesting. I learned also from the lecture, one of the lectures I listened to. Okay, and then وَالْمُسْتَغْفِرِينَ بِالْأَسْحَارِ. This interesting. This one, it doesn't say the really. This is ashar. This is plural. So it's just interesting. This is not just one morning that person woke up and asked for forgiveness. This is how their mornings are, subhanAllah. So they spend their mornings worshiping Allah, asking for forgiveness. So may Allah make us one of these people, Insha'Allah. Even if we have one of these qualities, subhanAllah, that would be such a achievement. Right? So inshallah, we'll keep making dua and to make us one of these people. ربنا إننا آمنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وقنا عذاب النار. Right? So let's do just a few more tips about the patterns that I noticed, and I actually just already talked about them, but just to kind of explain it further or to review. This one, remember, this is in the Ladina Kafaru, and then there is in the Ladina Kafaru here, right? It was like further explained with this 4 ayat, right? But then this is قُلْ لِلَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. So I used to have trouble with this because it's in the Ladina Kafaru, and then قُلْ لِلَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. I forget the kul. Just in case you have that problem too. Well, I'm just pointing that out. And the way I remember this now is look at the message. It's very tough. And imagine yourself being told to say this. But Allah was commanding Prophet Muhammad SAW, so he had to say it. So, because it's saying that you will be overpowered and you will be gathered to hell. So that's how I see it. And actually, if you notice, a lot of messages in the Quran that has qul in it, not all of them, I'm just saying, but if you notice that there are some messages in the Quran that if it says it begins with qul, it is like that, a tough message, because Allah can say what it is, say whatever it is. So that's one of the things that I think about to remember this. And then remember, so this one in the Ladina Kafaru connected to that one, and here the amwal and awlad is connected here, right? So it's like now there's another pattern that's coming out. It's like few ayat down, one ayah is connected to a few ayat down, right? I hope you understand what I'm saying. So this one is connected down there, just like this was connected up there, right? So, and then this one, if you know other surah, this is very familiar. Jannatun tajri min tahtiha al-anhar. But in other surah, actually in Al-Baqarah, it will be Jannatin tajri min tahtiha al-anhar, right? So I'm pointing out that this is Dhamma. If you don't know the grammar behind it, that's fine. I just wanted to point that out because it would be different in other surah, right? Or in other ayat. Okay. And then this one, I call it last word clue because it's the last word and it's giving a clue to what is the next ayah. So this is the last word. Who are the real abd or real ibad of Allah? And these are their qualities or their description, right? So this is what they say, the dua they say, that these are qualities. And then this one, the qualities here, the way I remember the order of these two, because they both start with sad. Look at this word. This one is ba. This one is dal, right? And ba comes before dal, right? And you will notice this a lot in the Quran that it's alphabetical. If you come into something that looks like I don't remember which one is first. Sorry, this ba comes before dal. Subhanallah, Allah made it easy. If you don't know the Arabic alphabet order, well, letter B comes before D, right? So that's all. I just wanted to share that. Inshallah, that was helpful. And I'll see you in the next video, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.